Well, if you're going to go after Antifa, which I don't disagree with, hate speech is protected, but hateful acts is not protected. So if you're going to go after Antifa, then you better go after the Boogaloo Boys, you better go after the Proud Boys, the Ku Klux Klan, the John Birch Society, you name it. None of the, as well as gangs, street gangs. Because in my opinion, none of them, they're protected by the First Amendment, but when they commit hateful acts and bad acts, that's when the government can prosecute them. Short of that, you can't do that. And if you target liberal groups and you announce it, the courts are going to push back on you, whether they agree with the speech or not. It's the tough thing about the First Amendment. The president, he wants to suppress liberal groups and liberal speech. He wants to cancel them. His response to ABC and the media, he can't cancel them. They're just doing their job. But if he doesn't like what you say, if this administration doesn't like either you're for them or against them, if you're against them, ironically, given what was going on when the Democrats were in control of this country, he wants to cancel them. And just like they complained about the Democrats canceling them. We need to stop it, quite frankly. Hateful acts are hateful acts and they need to be prosecuted. We got to live with the good and bad on the First Amendment, and I'll always defend Charlie Kirk's right to believe what he did. I'll always attack his ideas, but never the person. If they were on the internet, and you get all kinds of things on the internet, if they were celebrating the killing of Charlie Kirk, I certainly understand why they would be terminated, because it didn't reflect the values of that company. Values and branding and marketing are very important. Now, if they weren't celebrating the killing of Charlie Kirk, but they were discussing how offensive and divisive his language was when he was alive, they're certainly free to have an opinion on that, and their First Amendment is protected. Now, if they're an at-will employee, you don't need to give them a reason to terminate them, but if they're an at-will employee or they have an employment contract, they certainly can push back on the company, because if you don't like the political speech as an employee, and I'm not connecting my company to that political speech, it's pretty hard to fire me because you don't like what I said. But you can fire me if I'm celebrating violence and the assassination and a hateful act done by somebody else. That's where the line of demarcation is.
Going, and I appreciate both of you. You're always thoughtful, Bradley and Scott.